strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lieth in the weight as for prey, increasing the transgressions among men.
A whore is a deep ditch.
Women, they are like deep bitches, you know, you lusting after her beauty, you know, you keep lusting after her beauty, you know, you keep on falling, and then, you know, you wonder why you're going through so much stress because you put the woman on a high pedestal. Like most Jakes do in the society, celebrate Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, because a lot of these Jakes go crazy. But you can't love your mother throughout my day, get glory.
I know this one Jake, like this dude, he spent like $1,000 on this chick for Valentine's Day. And then this nigga come ask me for money. This is back in Jeremiah 44 and 18. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things and have been consumed by the sword and by famine. And when we burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and pour out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes? But did we make her cakes to worship her and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men?
So the men were involved.
Right. So yeah. So the men were involved. You know, and the reason why these females got eliminated together abroad, it's because you men, you're not stepping up to the plate. You're not putting them in their place. You know, they like to demonize. You know, a masculine man talking about some, hey, he controlling. You know, but a man is supposed to control you in righteousness.
Right.
You know, not to say that a woman can't go out or nothing like that, but still, you gotta be careful.
Actually, it's you safest in the house, man.
Right.
You know, a lot of shit won't happen to you if you in the house. You know, or you go out somewhere, you with your man. Like the presence of toxic masculinity, man, it wards off a lot of evil, man, that can come to a woman, man. And they don't get that. They believe in this system and in society, what it says and pushes, but it's only to make you burn, man. It's only to get you out in the open and caught up in the snare, and now you gotta call somebody when all this shit could be prevented if you just play your creation role. That's it. Stop trying to be extra. You know, the woman that got no special abilities to rescue you out of shit, man. It's always the other way around. But you know, and you still gonna have guys out here where she can hold the whole human in her. And yeah, that's by the design of the Heavenly Father, man. That don't make her some supernatural superhero or something. Something to be worshipped. Like you just appreciate the woman in her role.
Right. And the reason why the Most High designed it like that is to keep the man mobile. You know? A woman was created for a man in the first place. You know, like not the other way around. Like y'all women, y'all come from us. We don't come from y'all. You know, because when a man releases seed, he has an X and a Y chromosome. So he's making male and female copies of himself. You know?
But you know, they'll say you that the woman already got the baby in her
they say some shit like, you know, like Esau put that science out there saying like the first cell was female, something like that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and then it split, Nah, man.
But that's impossible because the man carries the X and the Y.
Right.
And scientists will tell you that the gender of the baby is solely dependent on the man.
Right.
So it's because the man's genes, that's why you have both male and female. Female only has one. So what are they talking about?
Why does it statistically say that the deadliest place for a black baby is the woman's womb? Yeah. The scriptures say that once you come out of a woman, you in trouble. You know, you get into trouble because
know, hey, and simping never got us nowhere.
And
It gets you nowhere.
exactly. And how do you have to rescue your God? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
that shit don't make sense.
exactly. Like, why does she need protection?
Right.
Or alimony or child support.
Yeah.
I like to always bring up, like, sometimes, like, when women get into it, they come back and tell their man on what happened and stuff like that. Yeah, this man called me a bitch. You know, and then here comes Jake, you know, trying to come save her and stuff. But Jake don't realize some of the times the woman probably started.
You gotta ask questions. Yeah, they hate that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. A woman like to run her mouth too much.
Yeah.
You know, they get herself into shit. Gotta be safe.
I heard how the Benjaminite broke that down. The Benjaminite broke that. If y'all saw the clip,
That video.
broke it down, man.
That's it. Got a whole chapter. Going out of bits for women. I just started all the way from the top. Get it.
Perfect day for.
The first set was 4. First set was 4, and I started at the top. When they was trying to figure out what's strongest between women and wine and something else. But it says first Esdras 4:1. Then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king began to say, O ye men, do not men excel in strength that bear rule over sea and land and all things in them? But yet the king is more mighty, for he is Lord of all these things, and had dominion over them, and whatsoever he commanded them they do. If he bid them make war the one against the other, they do it. If he send them out against the enemies, they go and break down mountains, walls, and towers. They slay and are slain, and transgress not the king's commandment. If they get the victory, they bring all to the king, as well the spoil as all things else. Likewise, for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with wars, but use husbandry, when they have reaped again that which they have sown, they bring it to the king and compel one another to pay tribute unto the king. And yet he is but one man. And yet he is but one man. If he command to kill, they kill. If he command to spare, they spare. If he command to smite, they smite. If he command to make desolate, they make desolate. If he command to build, they build. If he command to cut down, they cut down. If he command to plant, they plant. So all his people and his armies obey him. Furthermore, he lied down. He eateth and drinketh and taketh his rest. If these keep watch round about him, neither may anyone depart and do his own business, neither disobey they him in anything. O ye men, how shall not the king be in audience, when in such sort he is obeyed, and he held his tongue? And the third, who has spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel began to speak. It says, O ye men, it is not the great king nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth over them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even them came they, and they nourished them that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. These also make borders for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot man be. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold, or any goodly thing whatsoever? Yeah. And man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remember neither father nor mother nor country. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yea, a man taketh the sword, and goeth his way to rob and steal, to sell upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon the lion, and goeth in the darkness, and when he has stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes.
Yeah, you got a lot of men out here that's in that like you said, that simping spirit. They risk their life, risk their freedom, to be pleasing to the woman, so she could be in good, happy with them. And those same men, they would not have the courage or whatever to stand up to that woman because they whipped, And that it was saying how like the woman be her eye be fixed on the material things, the gold and the silver and things of that nature. So a man know that, and he'll go and risk his life for that to bring that back to her. And she ain't studying him, but the things, The man ain't studying the things, but he trying to do it for her, And it's we ain't in that spirit, man. We know that the man is the prize, man. And shoot, it's only the women who got the understanding of what a man's supposed to be. They the ones who gon' be chose. Everybody else gonna miss out for looking at everything else that they looking at instead of what they supposed to be looking at within the man.
If I can say something, why do you need a Mother's Day when men do all the things we just read in the scriptures, man, every single day? What the hell you need a Mother's Day for?
And it's before Father's Day. Mm-hmm. But the life start with the father. So why they always putting the mother before the father, man? It's they doing that on purpose, man. After Mother's Day, it's like nobody really be excited for Father's Day.
How many songs you hear about fathers?
A lot of songs be about help my dad.
Yeah.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. Guess who the two main songs like that? Tupac and Biggie, they both got them type of songs where they say fuck their dad. Where them niggas at now?
In the grave.
In the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
And they supposed to be parents too, fathers too.
Yes.
And it's funny because when you read the scripture says, honor thy father and thy mother, right? First father, then mother.
Yeah.
But in everyday speech, we all say mom and dad first. Mom comes first, then dad. It's always like that, but you read the scriptures, it's always father and mother.
That show you how backwards these fucking places.
Let's
break it down.
The scriptures also say, go by the house of your fathers, not go by the house of your mothers, because this man determines what that child is. The father is Israelite, the child is Israelite. The father is Edomite, the children are Edomites. So
You got the Book of Chronicles, which is really the chronicles of the fathers, and then you got the Book of Kings, First and Second Kings. Those are kings, not queens. When you actually look up that, what's the Hebrew word for king?
Malak.
What's the Hebrew word for queen? It's actually malak. It's actually malak-ath. What that make you think of? Malak-ath. Like, how do you say brother? How do you say sister? Akwad. You look at the Hebrew word for queen is malak-ath. But there is no queens in Israel. But that goes to show you that it's always after, they put it after a man, you know what I'm saying? So when they came up with that word, it said malak-ath. King but queen. A feminine version of king, which there is no such thing as queens in our history.
Yeah, the word queen, it's really, it's not even spelled Q-U-E-N, it's spelled way differently than Q-U-E-A-N. Yeah, something like that. Then it goes back to the word whore.
Yeah, prostitute.
Right.
Yeah,
A promiscuous woman.
Definition for the word wit. It said the word wit means mental sharpness, invention, keen intelligence, and one of the similarities is wisdom. So a lot of brothers go out there wisdom for a woman just to please them.
You see it. If you pay, you will see guys that can't even tell when they, getting duped. They just believe anything, 'cause that's all they thinking about is, later on.
See, it's like,
Go ahead.
that's a bad place to be. Esau trying to wave and all that.
Yeah, they know what's up.
That's a bad place to be, especially if you know the truth. It's like this not gonna work, but you just so damn emotional, so you going. It's like your mind telling you one thing, and your emotions telling you another thing. It's like you a slave to your emotions, and so that means the woman won. You know? Because that's how she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be driven by her emotions.
Yeah, we see that's how Esau got it out here, man. These women really, they envy men, and he's doing everything he can to put it in their head that, oh, you can be like the man too. But really you can't, because it just throws, when they try to be that way, it throw everything off with them, man. They become so crazy, you know what I'm saying, for lack of better words. Like they unstable.
I got a precept. This is Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not spell your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. For let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Yeah. You want to break it down?
That's why we hey, brother said earlier before we started, like, you might see some judgments today. The Lord is not with this bullshit holidays, man. He gave us holy days, you know. And our people don't even really, a lot of our people don't even know they exist, you know.
And they believe that she ain't got to do that no more. And you know, like before, you know, like when we started up.
Yeah, that.
And then when we started up, it was this so-called black woman that was playing that Tupac, the Dear Mama. The Dear Mama, like the Lord, like, man, get that shit away from here. No, like turn that shit off.
Yeah.
No. The Lord don't want to hear that. And all music nowadays is whack anyway.
Yeah.
Let's talk about BS.
Wicked ass women and 5 women.